Hey, Miss Soderbeer here from Union High School's College and Career Center. I'm back with video number 5 of our College Essentials series, which is all about scholarships. Video number 5 is College Essentials is more broad than that. It's been a minute since our first half of the series was posted, so I want to start with a quick reminder. We're starting with the College Essentials series on our YouTube channel because the majority of our students choose to go on to some sort of post-secondary program, whether that's a certificate program, trade school, 2-year school, 4-year school. But we don't mean to dismiss other pathways outside of college, and we do plan to cover a large variety of topics in future videos. But today, scholarships. Let me get my PowerPoint going. So just a reminder from video number 3, scholarships is one of 4 types of financial aid, which helps students and families cover the cost of college. We don't have a video focusing on just work study or just grants. We felt like those were sufficiently covered in video 3, but this video covers scholarships and the next video will cover loans. Scholarships are gift aid, which means they do not have to be paid back. Grants are gift aid too, but grants are always awarded based on financial need, whereas scholarships can and sometimes are based on financial need, but they don't have to be. Students can win them for leadership experience, academic achievement, athletic ability, things like that. In our office, we like to discuss scholarships in terms of one of 3 categories: institutional, community, and national, which are basically what they sound like. Institutional just means those scholarships are coming directly from the college you choose to attend. We'll have examples of all 3 kinds in the video. First, institutional can be further divided into 2 main categories: automatic or merit. Colleges use those terms interchangeably. Or competitive. And competitive could be specific to a degree program within the college. It could be something you audition for, like in the performing arts, or athletic scholarships would fall under competitive too. So when juniors and seniors ask me about scholarships, the first thing I want to know is their GPA and ACT score, and if they already know about automatic and merit scholarships, and if they know if they qualify. This specific example comes from Missouri State, but it's the same concept at most Missouri colleges. And this example is for seniors who plan to go straight to a 4-year school, but the next slide, similar concept for those who plan to go to community college first, then transfer. The difference here is that instead of looking at ACT and high school GPA, they're just going to look at the GPA from community college. So some students find that a relief to kind of get that fresh start. Here, I just want to take a moment to make sure you're aware of some common terminology colleges use regarding scholarships, especially merit scholarships. And those 2 words, terminology, renewable and stackable. Renewable means that if you qualify and stay qualified by maintaining a certain GPA, then that scholarship is good each year that you're in college. Stackable, if an award is stackable, that means colleges will allow you to combine it with other institutional scholarships. Not all awards are stackable, though. Some awards are large enough that the college basically says, like, hey, if you win this one, this is the only one you're getting from us. But that stackable terminology usually just applies to institutional scholarships. For example, a college can't deny you any outside community scholarships. So those are just 2 terms to be aware of as you are exploring your college options. Competitive scholarships, these can take a variety of formats at college, so I almost feel like it's misleading to give you an example, but just in case, here's one from UCM. A lot of our seniors are familiar with the Common app, so one application to be able to apply to multiple colleges at once. This example here is similar concept, but for scholarships. So after students are admitted at the college will oftentimes send you a link or instructions to a portal where you can apply for multiple competitive scholarships at their school at one time. And then another example of competitive scholarships, this is more common at private schools in Missouri, and this example comes from Webster specifically. There are competitive scholarships that go all the way up to full tuition, and a lot of times those will have more steps involved in order to win that. So in addition to essays and some of those typical things involved with competitive scholarships, in addition to that, there would be a round at the college where you come in for an interview day, or you write an essay that they don't give you the prompt until you're there, something like that. So I want to put that on students' radars just in case. Again, this example is from Webster, but I know Maryville, SLU, Columbia College, several private schools in Missouri do this. Okay, and now on to community scholarships. Most of the ones that students will hear about from us do apply to Union High School students specifically. Some, though, are open to like anyone in Franklin County or anyone in the state of Missouri. We kind of use it community as our catch-all for anything that isn't institutional but isn't national. This is the first page of the live document that Mrs. Kerr, maintains for the counseling team. This can be found on the school's website. And when I say it's a live document, I mean like right now it's at 11 pages, but I've seen it up to 16 pages because Lisa will go in and put the ones that are current. And if the deadline's already passed, she'll take those away so it's not cluttering it for you. What else do I want to say about this one? So seniors are pretty well aware of this resource already, but I did want to include it in the video so that any underclassmen or families watching would be aware of it. But since our seniors are pretty familiar with it, I didn't have a whole lot else I wanted to say about community scholarships today. Next category is national. Again, what it sounds like. A lot of our students don't spend a ton of time on national scholarships because they are the most competitive. It's the biggest pool of people you are trying to win against. But I did want to give a few examples that we really like, and we've had winners from these in the past, so it's not like they're unattainable. Live Más, this is one put out by the Taco Bell Foundation. It's valued at $10,000. A local representative shared with us earlier this year that even though it's national, not a ton of people compete for it. She said that she thinks people are deterred because it requires a video instead of an essay. But she said that video doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be edited. It could just be like you staring at the screen for 2 minutes to just say like why it would help you and why you think you should win. So that's something we would like to help you with. So I want to put that one on your radar. The Work Ethic Scholarship, some of you might recognize this guy. That's Mike Rowe from the show Dirty Jobs. This is a scholarship for full tuition that is geared towards students who want to go into a trade. So like use it at a trade technical school, state tech, or maybe a program like that at a community college. So like ECC has HVAC and welding, for example. This one also requires a small video, some recommendation letters, but what's cool about this one is I'm pretty sure they do ask for a transcript to like prove you're a high school student, but they're not really concerned about your GPA. That's not a part of this process. And also, if you're watching this video like right when we post it, then this deadline isn't until the end of the month, so you still have time to apply for this one. And then I mentioned earlier that grants always require financial need. Scholarships usually don't, but sometimes do. So a few to put on your radar that do require financial need, meaning like family has to make under a certain income. Hagen, Westlake, and Horatio Alger, you can see that they're pretty high dollar ones there. So this is another example of why it's important to do FAFSA when it opens October 1 so that you can see what the government says your family's financial need is to see if you would qualify for something like this. Again, I wanted to mention it to any underclassmen who may be watching. if you're in a single parent household, or if a parent lost a job recently, or maybe something difficult happened and you don't live with parents. If you're in a situation like that, but still maintaining strong grades, then you might qualify for one of these. So make sure to ask us about them. On that document that Lisa Kerr maintains, at the bottom is the list of search engines. So if you don't want to be totally dependent on what we tell you about scholarships, if you want to take the initiative to go search for more on your own, here's a whole list of places you can search. And that is all I really had. As always, follow us at UHS Advisors for more updates and tips, and reach out to us for any help that you need. Thank you.